Today's a very special day. It's an 18-month work in progress. It's a special day for me. It's a special day for the club, but it's a special day for the Silver family. Fred was a very close friend to me, very close friend to many of you at the club. He was a great ambassador of the game, the club, as well as one of the great gentlemen that you'll ever meet. Next, I'll let Carolyn say a few words about her dad. Dena's going to say something as well, so thank you.
Okay, we're going to try. Hello. Is it on?
Yeah, it works. It's a
kind
piece
of
of junk, but it's okay.
Okay. I am Carolyn Taluja and Fred Silver's daughter. I'm so happy to see all of you here. So welcome and thanks for joining us. Unfortunately, my daughters weren't able to come, but I asked them if you could describe Grandpa in one word, what would you say? So they said steadfast, strong, and supportive. And I definitely agree. He was always willing to take time for friends and family, and especially for a game of golf. So thank you for coming and toasting to him with us. And I'm going to hand it to Dena. I'm handing it to Dena.
I'm Dena. I am Fred's oldest daughter. I think I'm the tallest, but
She got me too.
so when I have trouble sleeping, I used to count sheep or meditate, but now I go for a round of golf with my dad, and honoring him in this way is so fitting to that. But I struggled with what to say about him to honor him today, and so my son Brody, about 5 years ago, wrote such a great essay about my dad, and I thought it was really fitting to read to all of you. When my grandfather retired, he decided to play on the senior amateur golf tour for many years, and this became a big part of his life. One year he was ranked as high as number 2 in the world, and he regularly traveled around the world with my mom, with his wife Connie, and his golf friends to play in tournaments such as the British Open. A couple of years ago, my grandmother had a major stroke, which left her paralyzed and living in a nursing home. While she regained some movement in her body, she still cannot move her left side and is unable to walk. When she was discharged from the hospital, where she received full-time nursing care, my grandfather had to step in and become her full-time caregiver, as well as her coach and personal trainer. My grandmother used to make all the food and do all the housework, so it was a big change for my grandfather when he had to change roles and take care of my grandmother after she had taken care of him for so long. My grandfather does everything my grandmother needs and never complains or feels sorry for his change of situation. He is my grandmother's nurse, cook, coach, driver, and best friend. I am so impressed that he can do all this without having someone else to help him. I look up to my grandfather and have a lot of respect for him. I admire his love for my grandmother and the hard work and effort that he puts into everything he does. He's always cheerful and loving to everyone and has an upbeat attitude, even when the situation is challenging like this one. Many people know my grandfather is a Hall of Fame golfer, but I know him as a great husband and grandfather. We love you, Dad.
I would just like to say thank you for everybody. Excuse me for coming.
Thank you, everyone.
Raise your glasses, and here we go. Thank you, everybody, for everything. Okay, in memory of Fred Silver, who won 29 NFCC Club Championships, 5 Buffalo District Championships. Silver was inducted into the Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame in 2003, the Western New York PGA Hall of Fame in 2006, and the Clarkson Athletic Hall of Fame in 2008. Placed 3rd in the Porter Cup in 1983, and won the Senior Porter Cup in 1996, and added Porter Cup Super Senior 2012 and Legends 2019 titles. He was named the U.S. Senior Challenge Man of the Year in 2017. Silver dedicated himself for 5 decades to NFCC and will forever be remembered for his devotion to the club as a consummate gentleman. It's really amazing. I mean, it just not only as a great golfer, but he was the best dad ever. So I got lucky to play hundreds and hundreds of rounds of golf with him, and he was always, no matter who was out there, it seemed like he was always cheering for somebody else to make a birdie, not only himself, and just a pleasure really to play with. And we learned how to play the golf the way it should be played with playing with him. And he'd tell you, all right, well, maybe you want to hit this a little short and bounce it up, and he'd help anybody who was out there if they needed a little bunker lesson or wanted to play. And it just, for me, it was really a pleasure being a kid and growing up and getting just to be around him for my whole life. So
What would he say about today?
it'd probably be a little too much, maybe. He would have just said, well, let's just go play a few holes. Everybody can follow around, let's play golf. I think he would have wanted to, but I think the first tee here, the place he's lived his whole life, is really appropriate and a great spot for the Plaque to be. So I think it's really a great day. The weather's beautiful. It's the beginning of the Senior Porter Cup, which he helped really kind of put together and bring as one and bring as a separate tournament. And a lot of great people are here to celebrate with him. So